Hello guys, welcome to Next Gen AI Lab. I have changed my YouTube channel name into Next Gen AI Lab because earlier my channel has focused on coding in Python and learning, but as technology is growing rapidly through artificial intelligence, so I decided to introduce Gen AI, Agent AI into my YouTube channel and also post some AI generated content. So I had changed my YouTube channel name into Next Gen AI Lab. So let's jump into today's course, today's video. In the previous video, I had explained about the introduction of artificial intelligence and about generative AI and famous tools in generative AI for creating new content like text, images, videos, music, etc. And also differences between discriminated and generative AI and etc. In today's video, we are going to learn about machine learning, deep learning, and also generative AI, and also difference between traditional AI and generative AI, and the insight of neural networks. So this is the understanding of AI landscape. Artificial intelligence has evolved many ways. There exist many kinds of artificial intelligence. Actually, the origin of AI happened since 1950, and it has shaped into many forms and various forms to help and to mimic human intelligence. And artificial intelligence contains three main layers known as machine learning, deep learning, and the thing which we need to thing which we are learning. There also exist various kinds of artificial intelligence like super intelligence, artificial general intelligence. But these are the main interconnected layers which we are going to learn in today's video. So this is the evolution of artificial intelligence. At starting of AI, we are we use traditional AI, which mainly is on tools with reflections in form of code and performs and runs intelligence, but they can't think on their own. They depends on instructions and code written by programmers rather as technology. We as we, we are into machine learning, deep learning, and now using creating content. Uh, so we will can keep it is the machine learning, deep learning, state of AI in upcoming slide. This is the AI hierarchy where artificial intelligence is the base and it contains the subset machine learning and the subset and machine learning contains the subset deep learning. Related AI is the subset of deep learning focus content generation. This machine learning is about making machines to learn from data. There exist various forms of data, like first there exist label, label and non-label forms of two types of data, labeled and non-labeled type of data. Based on these types of type of data, there exist two types of machine learning. First is supervised machine learning, and second is unsupervised machine learning. And first, we will discuss about supervised form of machine learning. Supervised machine learning. This is a type of machine learning where machine a machine is trained using labeled form of data. What is label data? Label data is about providing images or data which are labeled. For example, for example, we provide millions of Apple images of Apple, telling the machine that these are the images of Apple, and providing photos of oranges, telling the machine that these are the photos of oranges, like providing a data set which contains images of Apple, telling that these are the images of Apple and these are the images of oranges. So this form of data is known as label form of data. And there exists another type of machine learning known as unsupervised machine learning. In this, machine is trained through unlabeled form of data. So what is unlabeled form of data? In the previous case, labeled data, we provide a machine millions of apples and oranges being that these are the images of apple, these are the images of oranges. But in unlabeled form of data, we provide millions of data about fruits, like it may contain two photos of apple, three photos of oranges, two photos of bananas, and two photos of grapes. So there contains many images in them. But through these unlabeled data, how can a machine can learn the similarities and patterns between them? So these there exist. We provide these images to machine so that it can analyze patterns among these images. Machine understands patterns between two images of apple and makes a connection between them, and makes sure that it's an apple, and it makes a pattern and identify patterns among the images of oranges, and identify that these are oranges, and builds an pattern and connection between the images of bananas, and knows that these are the photos of bananas. So through these unlabeled data, machine can also learn many things. This depends upon analyzing patterns and making connections, like building a connection between two images of apple by finding their similarities and patterns, like their color, which is red, and their size and shape, and etc. So these are the type of machine learning, and as I said earlier, machine learning is about making a machine to learn things, and the real life applications of these machine learning comes in movie recommendation systems in Netflix and Prime Video, and even reels recommendation system that we use in Instagram, and also spam filtering. So you can see in my Gmail there exists a separate category like spam. This depends upon machine learning, and also recommendation systems, which is supervised machine learning for data. For example, in let's take the example of Netflix. Example of Netflix, in which two friends, person A and B, watches movies. Watches movies like this person watches Surrender, which is based on spy, and this person watches uh, Devara, for example. These are Indian movies, uh, and also he watches Askari, which is also depends upon spy. So as this depends upon Indian nationality and spy, and he also watches the same content This movie is suggested to these persons, recommended to these persons by the machine and algorithm of Netflix. So in this way, machine learning is used in various forms. So next, get into neural networks. Sorry, deep learning. Deep learning is depends upon neural networks. As in our brain, there exist many kinds of neurons. There exist many kinds of neurons which help to function our brain at working that. The same way, for machine learning, there is deep learning in which there exist many kinds of neurons among layers. It's machine to understand complex problems that make decisions perfectly. So these are visual text, image, and face visualization, vehicles navigation, etc. That provided you a deep image which make that in the bridge between brain and deep learning. So you can see here uh, in our brain there exist many neurons which are connected by synapses, and these are artificial neural networks which contains an input layer, output layer, and hidden layer in which the hidden layer decision making occurs, and the lines which connects these are known as the neural networks. So you can see here, these are the neural networks which connect the layers. And in deep learning is a form of neural network which contains a keyword density. So you can see here, and also there exist various kinds of deep learning neural networks like CNN, RNNs, etc. So, like yeah, this is the way of neural network working. Input layer, hidden layer, neurons which connects these hidden layer in the output layer. So as you can see in this image, the input layer, output layer, hidden layer, in the hidden layer decision making occurs. The neural networks connects these layers. See here, in layer data ingestion to the network. As I said earlier, there exist many kinds of neural networks like CNN and RNNs. CNNs is about images and RNNs is about numbers. And there exist hidden layers where multiple processing layers which extract features and patterns and hidden patterns in those data. And these neurons connect hidden layer with input layer and output layer through decision making and find according to the predictions and patterns the neural network provides output into the output layer. So now we are into generative AI. As I said earlier in previous class, generative AI is about generative AI is about uh, generative AI is about creating new content through AI tool. This generative AI based on neural network. Phone, text, images, music, video, notes, and etc. These are the popular AI tools. These are the popular AI tools. Sorry. Before jumping into generative AI, I want to discuss about the first artificial, first artificial neural network. The first artificial neural network is the Perceptron. This neural network is invented in 1957 or 1958. I think probably it will be 1958. I didn't remember the date exactly. So this Perceptron is the first artificial neural network designed to solve linearly solvable problems. Linearly solvable problems. So what are linearly solvable problems? The problems which can be distinguished or differentiated by drawing a linear line among the data. For example, if there exists a data of, for example, take an example of IPL, we can distinguish data of RCB and CSK by drawing a linear graph between them. For example, take an example. Uh, assume this, just make it as x-axis, y-axis, and assume a ground, and here take red. Here they are the persons of RCB, and here are the persons of CSK, team players of CSK. You can distinguish between these players by drawing a straight line between them. So this type of problem is known as linearly solvable problem, which can be distinguished by a linear line. And there also exists another term known as non-linearly solvable problems, which can be distinguished by drawing a curve or ellipse or circle, etc. So, in real life applications, distinguishing between tolerance on basis of height is a linearly solvable problem, and face recognition is a non-linearly solvable problem because it contains our face contains various iris, nose, mouth, which pulled together make a face. So it contains neural networks. So this is a linearly dependable, linearly solvable problem. So after completion of Perceptron, as technology increases rapidly. Now we can solve non-trivially solvable problems through neural networks in artificial intelligence. So let's jump into generative AI. Creating new content, as I said earlier. These are the tools, popular tools used in generative AI, ChatGPT, chat for text and Midjourney, Valley, for creating images, and also they can create uh, videos, and even Suno AI. I think many of you had listened videos, sorry, music which I posted in my YouTube channel. These are the AI videos and music that I posted, so you can see the quality is very good. So you can also see, as I didn't remove the watermark here, it is created by using the VO AI music. So these are the AI music generators that I created. So you can also create these type of uh, these type of videos and music of the completion of this generative AI course. In this generative AI course, we are going to learn about building AI agents without coding and also hosting your websites through white code, creating AI videos, code, music, etc. So stay tuned to learn about this. Uh, stay tuned to learn about generative AI. So as we learned about machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI, let's jump into difference between them. Machine learning is about pattern recognition and also working on web data. In unsupervised learning, it depends upon pattern recognition. Deep learning is on neural networks. Generative AI is about content creation, and these are trained with labeled data sets, not only labeled data, but also unlabeled data too. Deep learning about the larger data sets, and generative trained to train examples. And these are the complexities, modify and verify, and machine learning outputs to predictions, deep learning to classification. and the output powered by generative AI is new content. And there exist many examples at least, so you can go to the examples. And that's the generative image. Difference between traditional AI and generative AI. Traditional AI is analyzes existing data, makes predictions, and also traditional AI comes under the rule-based business system also. This classifies and distinguishes information, follows predefined rules, instructions, and answers questions. The generative AI is about generating new content, original text. Even the PPT that I use it to present is made through generative AI with the Gamma AI that I use to create this PPT. So generative AI is doing rapidly. So these are the key concepts. These are the key concepts and summary of the thing which I discussed in today's class. Machine learning is about learning patterns, deep learning contains neural networks, it creates social content or new content. So these technologies can be used in healthcare, entertainment, and etc. So this is the end of the video. I hope you all understood what machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, generative AI. So stay tuned for the learning more in generative AI. Stay tuned next video. Bye. See you soon.